So at the time of recording this, it's been about 2 months since Sonic Colors Ultimate has been released. And it's still broken. Blind Squirrel has put out quite a few patches that fixes things like the seizure glitches and whatnot, but the main issues of the game are still here. However, the main reason why I'm making this video is because there is a new, interesting debate that has sparked from recent events. If you're not living under a rock, you should know what I'm talking about. And I also just wanted to update my opinion on the game because my opinion has changed quite a bit. I'm like a Sonic fan, it's kind of expected. And we're gonna be talking about remasters as a whole in the gaming industry right now because I feel like it's in such a bad place. Like, remasters should be good. So with that all said, let's start with why Sonic Colors Ultimate sucks. So when the game first released, I went a little easy on the game, I'm gonna be honest with you. The main reason why I did was because I genuinely did have a good time while playing the game, and I also assumed that a lot of the issues I had would have been fixed. Unfortunately though, pretty much none of my issues have been addressed. First of all, they still haven't fixed the audio mixing. It's still pure garbo. Sometimes I only hear sound effects in my left ear, and sometimes I hear in my right ear, and sometimes I hear it like in my head. It's breaking like fourth wall dimensions of the universe at this point. The part that gets me is that this is such a weird issue for a game to have. Like, how do you mess up what ear the audio is played in? That makes like no sense. I'm trying to think of this from a development team standpoint, but I can't think of anything. I still think about that to this day. What happened in the development team for them to mess up one of the most simple things that every video game has had for over 30 years? And for them to still have not fixed it, it's like, I'm at a loss of words. This should have been one of the #1 priorities for things to fix in this game. But they never did. It's still kinda broken. Playing this game with headphones has never been more annoying. I'm so tired of having sound effects bounce back and forth in my head. I just want to play the game normally. But you know, I can deal with that. It's not necessarily a game-ruining issue. But there is another issue that has been slowly eating away at me the more I play this game day by day. And it's, of course, the horrible optimization. Look, my PC isn't a Titan. I won't lie to you, I could probably use an upgraded graphics card. But I most definitely should be able to run this game stably. Unfortunately though, I cannot. Now, I'm not suffering from a low frame rate or crashes. No, I'm suffering from these frame spikes. And if you know anything about me, I can deal with a low frame rate. I love Sonic Unleashed for crying out loud. But these frame spikes. These frame spikes! I can't stand it. Every time I'm playing the PC version, it's just constant spikes everywhere. And it's always in the same locations too. Remember this section on Planet Wisp Act 1? Well, I can't get past it without getting hit because it spikes whenever I'm running through it. You can see the gameplay for yourself. It's so frequent. I swear, I'm gonna become the Joker at the end of this. Look, I can deal with a low frame rate. I have played low frame rate games all my life and not been too bothered by it. But low frame rates don't freeze the way that these frame spikes are freezing. I can't deal with these spikes, man. It irks me, man. And I could play the Xbox One version, but even that dips in frame rate from time to time. It's just, why? How is this game so poorly optimized if it came out for the Nintendo Wii? I just don't understand how you can get a Nintendo Wii game from like 2010 to run this badly on an Xbox One. It's not even like crazily improved graphics. I don't see any like insane level ultra god rays coming out of the earth. What is causing this game to be so terribly optimized? Surprisingly, the only way I can avoid frame spikes and weird frame drops is if I play it on the Nintendo Switch. Which is why I've been playing this game on the Switch most. I know, it's crazy. This game was rumored to be the worst on Switch. Yeah, I hate that the frame rate sucks on Nintendo Switch. You can see from the gameplay it's complete garbage. But those spikes are gone, and that's all that matters to me. So with that being said, I went back to emulation. And I'm staying there. It stays at a consistent 60 frames per second, alongside the game not suffering from any of the other smaller issues that Colors Ultimate has. And I do acknowledge that a lot of people won't have the same issue as me. Not everyone's PC is going to struggle, but some PCs, even if they do have decent power, will randomly struggle, and that is a problem. I can run Sonic Unleashed on emulation better than I can run Colors Ultimate, and that should never be the case. And it really does suck, because there were some things I really liked from the remaster. Things like the graphics, the homing attack, and most of all, the customization. Like seriously, customization in a Sonic game, sign me up. But I am willing to lose those things because at the end of the day, I just want to have a nice, relaxing experience with Sonic Colors. And emulation gives that to me. But if you haven't played Sonic Colors Ultimate is still a viable way of playing the game. It's not what I would consider the ultimate experience, but you can still have a ton of fun. If it functions correctly, of course. But overall, even with all the upsides that this remaster has, I have to say that it's a pretty bad remaster. I know, it hurts to say that. Man, my first video was so positive about this game, and now here we are. Things change, man. I want to go back. But hold on. There seems to be a new remaster that is rivaling Sonic Colors Ultimate on which remaster can be worse. And this is going to be interesting. So if you have seen any of the chaos over the past few days, you would know about the new GTA Trilogy. But if you live under a rock, allow me to inform you. The GTA Trilogy is a collection of the 3 original Grand Theft Auto games completely remastered and ported to modern consoles. These games have gotten a complete makeover, just like Sonic Colors Ultimate. And it's safe to say that's a little rough. There have been a large amount of new gameplay and graphical glitches found out throughout the game. It's been posted everywhere, just like Sonic Colors Ultimate. Everyone knows how buggy this game is. Alongside the new graphics overall ruining the atmosphere for these games. The biggest one was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It doesn't even feel the same anymore. This game has no fog, which means you can see how tiny the map really is, and the signature orange tint is gone. It's very jarring to look at. It's like seeing a fan mod. And as for reception for the collection, it's been very awful. Ever since the game has been released, it's been an onslaught of hate and has gotten so bad that the game might be on its way to being one of the worst critically acclaimed Metacritic games ever made. At the time of recording this, the highest user score they have is a 0.9 out of 10 for the PS5. And all of the reviews are just people tearing Rockstar to shreds for what they have done to these beloved games. So, it's safe to say that people weren't too happy with this remaster. But I want to give some of my input because I feel that a lot of people are thinking on their feet right now. I have played GTA San Andreas through Xbox Game Pass, and I will say, it's not the best. It certainly is an inferior version of the game, but it's still playable. I feel that some people when playing this game forget that it's still GTA San Andreas at the end of the day. I'm not defending the remasters, all I'm saying is people can still play these remasters and have a good time. And I feel like the only reason why the GTA Trilogy is doing so much more worse than Colors Ultimate is because people didn't expect something like this from Rockstar. As a Rockstar fan, it's very disappointing. I personally felt that something was off because the game looked extremely weird and there was just pretty much no gameplay. I felt like I was looking at a Fallout New Vegas E&B mod. That's what I felt when I was watching that trailer. But if Sonic did this with Sonic Colors Ultimate where they just didn't show gameplay, people would be screaming at Sega, just demanding that they show gameplay immediately. This is a good showcase of the differences in trust that these two franchises have. You wouldn't think twice about asking Rockstar for gameplay footage because usually they deliver. But with Sonic on the other hand, you gotta see that gameplay footage, alright? You don't trust anything until you see the gameplay. I think what people should take away from this is that brand reputation means nothing. Games can fall as fast as they rise, so you should always stay skeptical, especially when they're not showing gameplay. But that's besides the point. I know what you want to hear. Which is better, Sonic Colors Ultimate or the GTA Trilogy? Well, they are very close and are pretty much in the same situation, but I think I like Sonic Colors Ultimate a little bit more. Now, don't get me wrong, both of these remasters suck. I'm not saying Sonic Colors Ultimate is way better than the GTA trilogy. I just think Colors Ultimate is better because I like Sonic Colors more than I like GTA San Andreas. Both of these games outside of their remasters are really good to its core, so I recommend that you check them both out if you haven't. If you can emulate the games, you should most definitely do that, but if you don't like emulators, I completely understand. You could always play the remasters, and the remasters will get the job done, it just won't be the definitive experience. You know, man, it's crazy that the year is ending this way. I remember when Skyward Sword HD got announced and everyone was upset about the price. And somehow, that game became the best remaster to come out this year, which is extremely disappointing because everyone was praising GTA and Sonic for making remasters that did something different before they released, of course. It's just crazy to me that the game that was getting the most hate in the beginning ended up being the most praised in the end. We live in a world, we live in a society, guys. This year has drained me. It's really drained me. But now I kind of want to give my 2 cents about remasters as a whole and their roles in the gaming industry. Stop making bad remasters. It's that simple. I'm so tired of getting bad, low-effort remasters. The worst part is that it keeps getting worse with every game released. We started with 3D All-Stars, and now we ended with the GTA trilogy. Why? We just want one remaster that isn't overpriced or bad. Just make improvements to the game. Do not take away anything, and please actually playtest these remasters. Bad remasters have become so frequent that I don't even want them anymore. Just give us ports. If you can't give us the time and effort, don't even bother. I'm so tired of the debates of which is better. I just want a definitive version of a game that I like. But unfortunately, I don't see this ending anytime soon because remasters are cheap, easy, and they sell millions of copies. I just wish that at least one big game could have a really good remaster so that I can embarrass every one of the remasters I mentioned in this video. I want those studios to see a good remaster so they feel the pressure to make their remaster a lot better. But will it happen? I don't know. Probably not. Basically, I'm done with remasters. I just want ports. And that's all I have to say, so make sure to leave a like if you want to win 1,000,000 copies of Gex 64. And subscribe, that's also pretty cool. Anyways, I love you guys. See you in the next video. Yakuza 0 is not awesome. Adios. My chill members are JNextV, Rocco MK, Wizspawn 60 FPS, Dusty Basket 786, Speederlight, Snicks, Min Meta, Saint, Sonicub, Thomas One Ride, Chip Chap Chop, Scape, Virtuous Azon, Sonic Pip, Azure, Sonic Crash, D00D, The Squeaker Nerd, Super Shags Boom, Sonic Extreme, and Super Saiyan Sonic. You guys are all awesome in your own individual ways. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You guys really help me out with just going out of your way to help me. I can never repay you guys. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Adios.